The unfiltered truth about real estate teams, why most are not profitable, and what to do instead. I was talking with another real estate agent the other day, and given what I do now, that's pretty much my day to day. Talking to agents, hearing about their struggles, their goals, and really where they're wanting to go, and what's happening behind the scenes. So I'm talking to this agent, and he tells me, I've got 17 realtors on my team. I said, wow, that's impressive. So I asked, gosh, how many hours are you working right now? He told me I'm working about 60 hours a week. Oh, that's a lot of hours. Wow. Okay. Then I asked, how much are you taking home? Meaning, like, what's your net profit? He said, you're not going to believe this, $150K. I personally about died. You have got to be kidding me. 17 agents, 60 hours a week, and you're netting $150K? That is not a business. That is a hamster wheel with a fancy logo. So let's get real for a second. Huge teams that are not profitable. I'm not talking about the teams that are profitable. I am talking about the teams that are not profitable. That is 100% ego. If they're just wanting a really, really big GCI and they take home no money, that is ego. And I'm not saying that to be harsh. I'm saying it because it needs to be said, and I'm saying it because I lived it. I have seen it hundreds of times, and too many agents are falling into this trap. Today, I want to break down the unfiltered truth about real estate teams, especially referral-based teams, and how to actually build a structure that gives you what you want in the business in the first place: freedom and profit. We are a business. We want to make money. We have to be profitable. Before we dive in, can you do me a huge favor? Honestly, I mean, it will take you 2 seconds out of your world, out of your time today. Can you just hit pause? Can you give me a like? I'm going to give you some good information here. Can you please hit subscribe? Let's dive in. Why did most people get into the real estate industry? And I'm talking about the majority, because there's always exceptions in teams. There's always exceptions in people. But I, again, have to generalize because I can't talk about everything. So why did most people get into the real estate industry? 1, of course, to help people live the American dream. 2, to make a lot of money, meaning be profitable. And 3, to have a flexible schedule and time of freedom. I would say, talking to hundreds and hundreds of realtors out in the world, like, the most items that come up are these 3 items. 1, again, to help people live the American dream, to help make a lot of money, meaning to be profitable, and to have some flexibility with schedule and time. Sure, there might be some other reasons, but if we're being completely honest, those 3 do come up most of the time. Now, making a lot of money is relative, right? We all have a different opinion on what that actually means. For some people, that's 100K. For others, it's millions. But since we're in real estate, where the income potential is literally, like, mostly uncapped, let's talk about real wealth, not survival income. So let's just dive in. Assuming you are either a team lead or a solo agent thinking about starting a team, or maybe you're just somebody that is wanting to gather information and everything you can about the real estate industry. You are the main agent, meaning you should be the top producer on your team, the one that people look up to, because you are the best at sales, relationships, and leadership. Also, you have succeeded for more than a year or 2. Like, you have some depth in the business. You have true success, not just a good year or 2 in the business. Like, you are succeeding at a high level for many years. Too many agents are building teams that haven't even succeeded yet. That's another conversation. So we are going to assume you are a good agent and you have had more than a year of success. That means your time is your most valuable asset. And if you have been in the industry for years, like, you get that. And even if you haven't, like, we've all had other experiences, right? Like, your time is your most valuable asset. Now, here's the thing where things kind of start to get sideways, is we will assume your business is mostly referral based, not cold leads. If your business is built off cold leads, then what I'm about to talk about just may not apply. But if you want to build a predictable, where your phone starts ringing, you're getting people calling you, it's referral-based business, this video is for you. There are 3 big problems I see with most real estate teams right now. 1, of course, our time. If I'm the team lead, it takes time. 2 is the profitability of it. Like, is this profitable the way I'm setting up this model? And is it sustainable? Because why build something that's not going to sustain? So let's go through these. First is the time, which in my opinion is by far the most important. You've already agreed that you are the rainmaker. You are the one that makes the most per hour. So every hour you spend training and managing a buyer agent based on commission, you are trading your highest value activity for a task that does not scale your business long term. Because here's the truth. If they are not good, you are going to spend countless hours trying to make them good. So if they're good, they're going to leave. If they're not good, you're going to just spend so much time making them good. I have run a team for 15 years. I have coached many agents, and let me tell you, it takes at least a year, sometimes longer, to make another agent truly successful and consistent, and majority of them don't become consistent. Majority of agents don't become successful regardless if they are on a team or not. Now, there is a very small percentages of team leads that are very good and their conversion rates are different. I am talking about the majority of people. The agents on my team actually have all made a lot of money. I am talking though about the majority of agents out there. We know that the majority of agents fail in this industry, and regardless if they have a higher percentage on a team or not, majority of them fail or are not good at what they do. Ask yourself this: how many transactions could you have personally closed with the time that you are spending on training them? You're the one that makes the most money. You're the one that's the best at sales. How many systems could have you built? How much freedom could you have bought back? The answer: you could have closed 10, 15, maybe 20 plus more deals yourself with a strong back-end team. And that's definitely going to 2-3 times plus your net income. So next, we're going to look at profitability. Like, if you're in this business, you want to make money. That's the goal. So let's talk profitability, because at the end of the day, this is a business and your job as a business owner is to be profitable. This is the number one thing agents don't think about enough when building a team, is profitability. So let's just do the math instead of talk about it. Let's just do the math. Let's say you close 15 buyers in a year. And I am talking about database. I'm talking about a referral-based business. So let's say you close 15 buyers in a year. I'm just using ballparks. Your average sales price is $500K. So let's just use, for simple math, let's just say $15K in commission per deal. Again, just solely to make math easy. That's $225K in gross commission income. Now, if you are paying let's just say a 50-50 split to a commission-based agent, which is pretty common, that means you are paying them $112,000 of your hard-earned money to work your referral-based client. These are clients that just called into your office and said that they are ready to buy a home. When could we meet? That's how a referral-based business works. You're not following up with them 6, 8, 12, 24 months trying to convert a lead. Referral-based business, they actually call you and say, "Hey, Jess, I'm ready to make a move. When can we meet?" So $112,000, that's crazy. If you doubled your volume, let's just say you're 30 buyers or let's say you have double the price point. You are paying your buyer agent over $240,000 just in splits for them to service buyers that called into your office and wanted to buy a home. Again, these are not cold internet leads that your buyer agent is generating. These are your database buyers, people you have built trust with, that you have marketed to over the years, people who would have worked with you. Now, if you are a cold lead based, fine, that's a whole different model. But if you are referral based, you are literally giving away your profit for free. So instead of giving away half of your commission, what if you hired a salaried buyer agent specialist, someone who's licensed, experienced, and wants stability, or someone that you train for ground up? You could easily pay, depending on, of course, every area is different. If your salary is a lot higher, I'm going to assume that your price range is also a lot higher than the numbers I used. So let's just throw out some random numbers: 60K, 80K per year, or more, depending on obviously workload. It can be more than that. You would net at minimum 70K to over 100, even 200K more a year just off net income if you had a salaried buyer agent versus giving away 50% of your commission on your referral-based buyers. That is real profit. That is how you build a business that is actually profitable. Next is sustainability. Let's talk about that, because even if you do get the team up and running, how long do those agents actually stay? Meaning, like agents that are commission-based, that you're just giving them whatever split that is, let's say 50-50. How long do they actually stay, and how many of them are actually successful? So let's be real. Maybe 1 of 2 out of 5 on your team that are doing well, and maybe not even that. And again, I'm talking majority. I know there's some exceptions out there. Majority, they are inconsistent. They need constant handholding. And eventually your top ones will leave to do their own thing because that's what driven people do. And I mean, you can't blame them. You trained them, you built them up, you showed them, and now they want to do it too. That's great. That's the team cycle. And that's exhausting. If you are constantly replacing, retraining, and rebuilding, you are not leading a business, you are managing chaos. I have a referral-based business. I hired salaried buyer agents in order to free up my time. That is the other way to build a business, is how do I actually free up my time? I'm the best salesperson on the team. How do I free up my time in order to scale my business? I can take more listings. I can close more business, build my back-end team so that it frees up my time. So I'm only doing what makes me money, of course, and brings in more business, which is building relationships, going on listing appointments, and negotiations. That's it. So that time was used to be, of course, free up my time. I hired a salary buyer agent in order to free up my time. That time was used to basically be with my family, to do the hobbies I wanted to do, and to scale and focus heavy on the listing side. In turn, it netted me way more money. In addition, I have employees that are happy. They are with me long term. My buyer agent is with me for over 9 years. So the shift really is. So here's where my entire mindset shifted. For years, I did run a team for the override, meaning I wanted to make a little money off what others were doing. And sure, yeah, I taught them to generate. It came with headaches, turnover, burnout, and inconsistency. Then I changed my goal. I built my team around one mission: to give others an amazing place to grow, reclaim my time, and scale my business with purpose. And that shift, that one change, scaled my business 4 times and cut my hours in half. I stopped managing agents and started managing systems. I stopped trying to motivate people and started hiring the right people for the right seats. And suddenly my business became predictable. I made more money, and most importantly, I got my life back. If you are running a team or thinking about starting one, ask yourself this: is your goal to look successful or to be profitable? Because I promise you, freedom and profit come from simplicity and systems, not from ego and endless recruiting. Also, recruiting that can walk away at any time to just compete against you. So if you are ready to build a team that actually works for you and not against you, stick around, because this is the model I teach and live every single day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, take 2 seconds out of your day, hit subscribe, and drop a comment. I would love for you to just give me a comment. Where are you at? Are you a solo agent right now? Are you thinking about building a team, or are you a team lead knowing that some changes really need to happen? Remember, the goal isn't to build the biggest team. The goal is to build a business that gives you both profit and freedom. That's real success. That's what we're all after. If you are a real estate agent out there serious about building a referral-based business where your phone actually rings, you want to scale, you want to get to that next level in income, click below, book a call with me. Let me see if you're a good fit for my program. Here's the next video.